Hello my friends, welcome to my video. My name is Amir Nabi and I am doing aeronautical engineering from Turk, Hava, Kurumu. Today we are going to talk about the technology named electric aircraft, which is as famous as it's hard to get implemented in our daily life. So today we will be discussing about the aims of the electric aircraft, and we will discuss some famous electric successful aircraft which are running in our daily life and are the best role model of the aero technology. There are too many projects that can be discussed and can be talked about the electric technologies, in which we will mention some of them are Equilia's new project, Rotex F-series with 4-seaters, Diamond aircraft, aviation airline plans, Sunflare 2, SL. So as we talked about many electric aircraft, from which we will take the most two successful aircraft and we will discuss on them, in which one of them is Sunflare 2, which is been sponsored by biggest company of the Europe, which name is Siemens. After they support them for the electrical propulsion system, they make the one of the biggest successful mission of the flight, which was done by the aircraft named Sunflare 2. So Sunflare 2 was the really successful aircraft, electric aircraft, successful project as well. So now we will be discussing about the ACCEL, which is the world fastest electric aircraft, and it's the project of one of the famous company named Rolls-Royce. They are building a high performance electric aeroplane unlike anything the world has ever seen. The aircraft will reach at the speed of 300 miles per hour, which means 480 km/h plus speed, and quite likely more, and making it fastest electronic plane in the history. Most of you would be thinking, what is ACCEL? It's the accelerating the electrification of flight. Now we will be discussing about the ACCEL specification. It has the lightweight e-motors and target speed is 300 miles per hour and the range is 200 plus miles, which means from London to the Paris, and it's the third age of the aviation, fully electric and zero emission. So this ACCEL has a great target to make a minimum cost of which is estimated as $3 per hour, and the first successful flight was made in 11th of the April 2018. Now we will be discussing about the aims of the making electric aircraft. What are the aims of the making electric aircraft? Are lowering the operation cost, means more affordability for the building pilots. It's optimize aircraft performance, decrease operating and maintenance cost, increase dispense reliability, and reduce the gas emission. Now I will give you a little bit brief of the electric aircraft. What does mean by electric aircraft? What is the work of the electric aircraft? So an electric aircraft is an aircraft powered by electric motor. Electricity may be supplied by a variety of methods, including batteries, ground power cables, solar cells, ultra capacitors, fuel cells, and power beaming. All electric aircraft to date have been powered by the electric motors, driving thrust generating propellers or lifting generating rotors. Each has the distinct advantages and disadvantages. From today's topic of the electric aircraft, I had got many links to read about and many things to learn about. So after all the summarizing of this electric aircraft, I got a point of view in my mind. Reading too many columns from the websites about the electric aircraft, I got an idea, why should I not forward to someone like we know that Elon Musk is working and having successful missions and projects on the aerospace and also the electrical cars.
What are some of the ideas that excite you today? Because There are so many brilliant ideas around the world. How could you keep focused on the things you are doing instead of being distracted by so many other good ideas?
There's a lot of opportunity in electrification of cars, of aircraft, and of boats. And I think there's a particular opportunity for a supersonic vertical takeoff and landing electric jet. That's something I'd love to do at some point in the future if my time allows. Down the road, I'd love to work on something which is a vertical takeoff and landing supersonic electric jet, and leverage the what I've learned from SpaceX and from Tesla to try to make that happen. I think it's possible to create a much better airplane. That I have a design in mind for a vertical takeoff and landing supersonic electric jet that kind of combines what I've learned at SpaceX and Tesla, because sort of SpaceX has got the aerospace side of things and Tesla's got the electric powertrain side. And I think that would be a really cool
give him a point of view about that. So why shall he not also think of the electric aircraft and work on that projects? So I made him a tweet, which is this tweet, and so this is what I have given you, the brief information about the electric aircraft. Now I am gonna show you one video in which you will probably get a good idea about what is electric aircraft and what is the uses of electric aircraft in our daily life, and how much will it be successful and will be advantageable for us in our future. Thank you for having me your time, and have a good day.
Just 10 years ago, nobody would have ever thought electric vehicles would be in mass production, yet alone change the auto industry. Today, most car manufacturers are thinking about all-electric vehicles. But now, in the latter part of the 2010s, the electric revolution is taking to the skies. Battery tech is just getting good enough to allow several companies to roll out their fully electric aircraft into production. In this quick video, we'll take a look at the state-of-the-art of fixed-wing electric aircraft. Earlier this year, the German firm Siemens just demonstrated a powerful electric aircraft that broke two world records. The first was a speed record. It was the fastest electric aircraft, flying at a straight line speed of 340 kilometers an hour. It also broke a climbing record, rising from the ground to 3 kilometers in just over 4 minutes. It was also the first electric aircraft to air tow. Another company, Pipistrel from Slovenia, is getting ready to ship their fully electric light aircraft, the Alpha Electrode. The Alpha Electrode will be used for flight training purposes and takes 45 minutes to fully charge, a plane called the Sunflyer. It has the same idea of reducing the cost of flight training.
This is really a history-making event. Aero Electric Aircraft Corporation has just unveiled the prototype of its new all-electric Sunflyer plane, which could open up the skies to many more pilots.
By using electricity, they claim that the price goes down from $45 per flight hour down to $1 per flight hour, a real quantum leap. I think this use case makes the most sense for all-electric air travel. Small planes, 1 to 2 passengers, and short trips from 30 minutes to 1.5 hours. It would be good for scenic aerial tours, short charter flights, or pilot training. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of electric propulsion? Well, the advantages are as follows. It's quieter, mechanically more efficient, and doesn't have any direct emissions. The disadvantages is the battery. The bottleneck really is with the battery energy density. It's just not good enough yet for long distance flight. In addition to this, with traditional aircraft, the more fuel you burn, the lighter the craft gets. But with electric aircraft, the batteries are essentially dead weight. So in conclusion, electric aircraft have been in the experimental stages for many decades, but were woefully underpowered and largely had the same issues as electric cars before Tesla got the ball rolling. Now, practical electric aircraft are right around the corner. In the next year or two, they'll be fully in service, but only for short-range, low passenger volume situations.